So good night, good day, good evening, everyone. And yes, if you notice it, I shaved. It was I was I was trying to shave without wearing glasses, and and um, I went through, and suddenly I had to make it all plain, um, to stay equal. I I'm looking at me like very weird, but anyway. Welcome to this other day. I hope you're fine. And today we are going to work with the plexus, the solar plexus. Remember that we are in the month of Libra during the week of mind. So today we are going to talk about personality and essence, and this is the two sides of this balance that we all have to work with. So basically, it's more easy for us to begin to talk about everything from the personality, because personality is something that we are more relate with. Since we are born, we are in this path of shaping our personality. Everyone around us is projecting their ideas on us through our personality. So this is basically the way in which we understand who we are by personality. So personality for us would be that thing that defines who we are in this life. So why is personality the key to, or the anchor, the point from where we say we can define ourselves? Is because in order to understand who we are, we need a point of reference. And this point of reference usually comes from the outside, and this you can tell this by, for example, how you are with your family, how you are with your partner, how you are with your friends, how you are with your pets. Usually we always act a little bit different in each case, depending on the energy of the environment. So this is not something bad. This is something useful, because personality is something that is like a tool that helps you to have a better communication, a better linking with all the the different environments in which I can be moving with. So it's something useful. It's something good. It helps you to be more related with everyone around. So basically, a person with an individual without personality would be someone that cannot talk with anyone, that cannot have any relation with anything around, that that you maybe you are like a tree in the middle of the forest, and that's it, like it's very impossible for a person, for an individual to not to have a personality. We need the personality to relate with the environment. So if we are alive, if we are in this world, it's inevitable to have the need of connection, not only with people but with anything. I'm talking about the environment. Okay, so it's like um, like it's something really useful in order to be able to take benefits or to be related only with the environment where we are. So we have to remember that personality is a tool. Okay, we would say maybe it's a conjunction, a joint of different tools. So basically, for everyone to understand, we have said sometimes that ego is that thing, is that tool. The ego is the tool that helps us be who we are in this reality. Okay, so to say personality, personality is a different way in which we could call the ego, but it's more specific. Okay, it's like personality is like saying this is the ego, and now we are going to explain the different parts of the ego. That's the personality. So another good thing to know is from where is the personality come from what concept it comes from. So also remember this, that the origin of the word person comes from the Greek persone, that means mask. Okay, so this was something used in the theater at that time. So it was used in the theater, so the actors and actresses, they could talk, and the mask would expand as an echo the message, so the later one, the latest one, the one that are in the back can hear better, and also they could show the faces that they are doing, because the people from behind, they couldn't see properly the expressions of the actor. Okay, and for sure you all know these three faces, the three masks, that the sad one, the happy one, and the angry one, and that represents the theater. Okay, so these three ones were the persones, the masks that were used in the theaters to express the character. Okay, and if I'm not mistaken, character in English comes from the Latin word cara, that means face, but I don't know exactly the origin, so don't want to make mistake. So basically, this is what we used to talk about when we say personality, to put a mask. So I put a mask to talk with my family, a mask to talk with my friends, a mask to talk with my partner. So to that conjunction, that gathering of interactions that we have, we call that personality. So what is the problem in our society? That our society thinks that is much more important the tool than the one that is using the tool. In our times, we can also say that we can tell how we are, how it's more important to use what we use the tool than the person, because everyone in our time call us users. So we are users, people that use things. Okay, so that makes us the idea that we are constantly using something. Okay, so the important thing is to use that, to use something. So the system call us users. And in order to be a user, we need to create an avatar. And to create an avatar is to make an extension of ourselves, a fake extension of ourselves, to create a login, for example. So we have in the pictures that we choose for our videos and our chats and so on, There are pictures that maybe they are not even us. We hide in a different projection that we say, okay, in the network, I will be what I want. So it's like if everyone is kind of fake. And because, and due to this thing of being users for this society, is why in our time we are more defined by what we are using than what we really are. So basically, our society is trying to define us constantly through what we use, what we have, what we do, but not what we are, not what I am. Basically, what happens through our life is that we get so used to be defined but by what we use or how we use it or what we do, that suddenly we forget who we are, and and we start to become the tool. So suddenly we become a user, and we stop being who we are and stop using the tool. We become the tool. So it's sometimes it's really funny because a lot of people, when they do an interview, they ask for me, what should I put below? What is the name that we have to put it, like doctor, like teacher, like what are you? And I said, and I always say, like, I am. That's it. that's all. I am. And they said, no, but how do we present you? I am. That's it. I'm not defined by a title. I'm not defined by something from the outside. So we usually do that because we are used to do this, to define people by labels. Labels. So it's not bad to put labels, because the brain is used to do that. The brain needs to classify things to understand it. We have spoken about it before. This is something useful for the brain, but it's not really useful when you are trying to define who you are. So there is the basic problem of our society today, that we end up believing that we are the tool. So, for example, when we start the path of consciousness and awareness, and suddenly we realize that, oh, this is not me, this is not my personality, this is not my true self. I have to look for something beyond that helps me to understand that I am not this personality, that I can be free from all this. And suddenly we start to look for the essence of the things. And when we start to look for the essence of the things, so suddenly we discover that we also have an essence. So we need to go into the essence of the things, to the essence of myself, looking the essence. So suddenly what we start to do is to think that in order to find the essence, I have to leave personality, because personality is the ego, is something I have to leave behind in order to find the essence of myself. And in this duality, I start to be lost, because I don't know what it is, the essence, but I neither want to be back the personality. When I can't find the essence, what I do is try to change my personality. Until the moment I find the essence, I will always change my personality once and again. This is the moment when we start to change the personality that we feel like the world is not the same, that we don't fit the world, and that suddenly people that knew us would say, why have you changed? You are so different from before, and so on. So imagine that here is the essence, and here is the personality. If you have like this, okay, and you want to reach the essence, but you are always in the same spot, so it's not possible to mix each other, okay? It's not possible to get inside. So what your personality is trying to do is to find a new way to do it, and then a new other way, and then a different way, and so on, and starts to move all around, okay, like this. But what is just doing is using the same personality, but from different point of views. So different attitudes of the same personality that now becomes the axis of yourself. So you hadn't changed your personality. You're just using a different aspect of your own personality to try to reach the essence. When the people that knew you, that knows you doing this, in this position, when you change your position, they won't understand you. It would be very difficult for them to have any clue of what are you saying. And again and again. So these are the concepts that we start to say, like, I don't fit, okay, I don't fit in this, I don't fit in this family, I don't fit in this friendship, I don't fit in this personality. So in this circle that we are spinning around the essence, what are we doing? We are perfectly doing beautiful mandala. So trying to escape from the personality to try to reach the essence, what we haven't realized was that we have been shaping our essence. So essence, what the question would be, so what is essence? So essence comes from the Latin word essere, that means to be, okay? To be. So it's simply to be. That's it. So essence comes from the word essentia, that is the ability or the quality to be. That's it. So the essence is not something subtle, it's not something you smell, it's not something energetical, it's not something you pursue. No. Essence is basically the quality of just saying, I am. So this is why when we say I'm looking for my essence, what we are really doing is to rotate around the essence with my personality. So the essence would be the center, saying, I am, and today I use this tool. I am, and today I use this tool. I am, tomorrow I will use this tool. I am, yesterday I used this tool. I am, today I will use this tool. That's it. And you create the mandala constantly around you. So basically, essence and personality are not different things. The personality is the tool of the essence. So now think about this. This is the essence fixed in the center, and this is my personality, all going around like this, changing through time, constantly, once and again, as a Taurus. Okay, now you're gonna see how this works by looking at this. So we usually have one paw for family, another one for friends, another one for partners, another one for work, another one for the pets. Okay, so like this. So we have this constant cycle. So we can also have this through our whole life, like for example, childhood, puberty, teenagehood, youth, adult, and old. Okay, like different times also for different personalities. So also we can have the personality changing around when, for example, when I discovered that reality is not what I expected, when I when I started to see videos in YouTube, when I started to my initiation in Reiki, my first ceremony of ayahuasca, and so on. Okay, so it's all going to change. This is something that we usually that happens naturally. In Earth, we call it solstice and equinoxes, but for us, it's personality. So it's something natural, constantly happen. So what we are doing by this is nourishing the I am, the essence, with the different information, emotions, data, okay, from different perspectives. So for example, when the circuit starts to make like this, we call that bipolarity, we call that schizophrenia. Okay, it's not moving properly. So bipolarity would be that the two poles are moving. Okay, so it's like the essence also lost the balance. So what we have to do, so what happens to us is like the essence is also trying to find how to match, but it can't be. So the personality and the self, the being, are like two different selves now. So for example, something that also can happen is when the self opens itself so much that suddenly it's not a closed system, but it's an open system. So this personality starts to roll here, but it opens itself, so another one can also attach and start to move, like two personalities rolling in one essence. This means that that new information from other beings, like channeling, like from other levels of consciousness, or other lives, memories from other times, they are coming to you. So when we are talking about going back to the essence, it's not leaving the personality, is to recognize the axis of the essence, recognizing the axis of who I am, so I can use the personality in a proper way. That's what would be. This is the last thing I say, I guess. So, for example, I will use an example of myself, but first, you have to understand this. When you read your chart, your chart of birth, of astrology, you may say, oh, this is what defines what I am, because it explains specifically all my things, all the things that I am. But it's not what you are. All the explanations of the chart are the tools that you have to use in this life, but they don't define you. They are not you. Those are the tools you choose at the moment you were born. So as you may see, the essence doesn't have any relation with the personality, but the personality is the thing that helps you to receive the information of your experience. So, for example, I was saying in Spanish that I used to call my essence as gan to make it kind of a difference, even if we are one. But, for example, I would say gan, okay, this is my vibration from inside. So Matias is the personality, and Matias is uh, the the tool that gan needs in order to do what it's doing. So everything that I do is useful for myself, for the essence that I have. It's not for another being, it's not for a superior being, it's for myself. But here, for example, if Gan wouldn't have the personality of Matias, he wouldn't be able to explain anything, because Gan would be like, like this constantly. So he needed me as a Leo, being able to explain, to be in front of the people without fear, all these kind of things, and also to having Mercury in Cancer to explain, like I'm doing, like a teacher, because I love to explain, to talk, and those things. So my astrology explains my personality, and my personality is not what I am, are the tools that I am using, so Gan, my essence, can transmit the information. If I wouldn't have the personality, we wouldn't be here. When we recognize what is personality, we understand that we are a tool, that the personality is a tool, that is not me, the personality, doing all this, that is me using all this to allow the essence to do its job, basically. So just the last thing to say, this is why also I say this is useful for the self to work and to do its job, because in my personality I have rising Capricorn, so I always think about we have to do it properly to work. And this is why I'm doing this 365 days, each day giving you some homeworks. And if I would have rising Pisces, for example, the information would be more lovely and more about how the self is all love and service and all that. And that is why I always tell to you to listen to other people, because you need to have more perceptions, more perspectives, because what I am saying is not the real truth, it's the personality trying to deliver in a different way the truth that I have within. Okay, so this is why we have so many personalities problems. Until we can find the axis of all that personality, we will have all these problems. Let's go to the information of today. The vibration of today is Nia. The statement for today is I am destiny of integration. The code for today is the physical pattern Th. It says, during the fall, the being's side is focused on the hope of being collected by the ethereal, by the invisible, for its only cushion in the abysm is faith. This way looks to the heavens, stares to the heavens, hopeful to find the answers in the signals that lay in the subtle patterns of reality. For the physical world is no longer safe. Th is the sound of the celestial, where the guides, masters, and angels shelter those who get lost in immensity. Let's go to that. Let's go to it. Sit properly, sit comfortable. So we begin by stretching the body, massaging. Yawn. Like this, we discharge the energy. We can shake the body, and we start to leave the weight fall down, the shoulders fall down. And I just focus on my breathing. Take a deep breath, feeling the air coming inside through your nose towards the lungs, heart, blood, organs, and muscles. I feel the air moving inside my body as wind. I perceive that the air outside and the air inside are like if they are one. And I feel so light, soft, that I can even feel that I am floating. As I take a deep breath, I feel the breeze around me, taking me to the imagination of being at the edge of a mountain, observing a big and beautiful valley below. And all this amazing sizing all around. I feel the wind, the breeze coming from the valley and pushing all my skin from my feet to my head. I feel the axis of my body as the wind pushes it, first on the feet, the legs, hip, waist, chest, hands and arms, shoulders, neck, and my head, until I feel the breeze weaving my hair. Take a deep breath. I position my hands with my palms towards the sky. I perceive the light of the sun heading to my head through the crown, the third eye, the throat, the heart, and the plexus. I perceive how the light of the sun starts to create and makes irradiate an inner sun in the center of my body, the solar plexus. I perceive how the light of this inner sun starts to irradiate the light towards my hands. I perceive these two rays of light head into the palms and lighten them, feeling the heaviness of this light as if it is liquid gold. I recognize that in one hand I find my essence, and in the other hand I find my personality. I become aware that the essence is the core, the axis of who I am. Of my being, and I become aware that my personality is the joint of tools that myself is using. I recognize that it's not necessary to look for the essence, because I am. I recognize that I don't have to get rid of the personality in order to be. That instead, I have to learn how to use it to be. Take a deep breath, and with all this awareness, I begin to put them both together through the vibration of my sound. Through the sound, I start to bring my hands to my heart, unifying these two concepts in my heart. I recognize I am the destiny of integration. I am the destiny of integration. I am the destiny of integration. Take a deep breath. And softly, I begin to bring this consciousness through my body, caressing, massaging, stretching, and yawning. And I come back softly here and now, opening my eyes. I won't ask you, each one of you, how you feel, because you are like 3,000 people, but I hope you're well. So as always, drink a lot of water, rest, and as always, see you tomorrow at the same time for the sacrum chakra. Bye.